The Titanic is now a tourist attraction. Record labels file lawsuits against Twitch, and you won't believe what woke up this Taiwanese teen after a 62-day coma. All this and more on Pulling the Focus.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. We have some exciting news headlines for y'all this week. If you enjoy any of the headlines we talk about, feel free to leave a like and comment down below which one interested you the most. All right, let's go ahead and get into the news headlines.
Hey, what's up, guys? So this week we had a lot of stuff going on. We started off, first of all, biggest headline I saw was Tesla came out with a tequila, exclusive tequila. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see this. The absolute coolest product on the market right now, out of stock within, I think, an hour, less time. By the end of the day, once they launched it, it was out. I wanted one, I couldn't get one. The GOP, the chairwoman of the GOP says a software glitch tallied thousands of Republican votes as Democrat. Interesting story though. Interesting story.
Oh, okay.
Next up, we have Twitch streamers are paying the price because of the music industry's copyright laws. Right now, we have lawsuits being filed by the record labels of these musicians, of these artists, against Twitch. And we actually talked about this story on Checkpoint a little bit. If you guys haven't checked out that episode, the latest one on the next gen consoles. Great conversation, really interesting stuff there. If you don't know anything about this story, it's going to be, I think, a big developing story within the next coming weeks.
Still going on. Yep.
Yeah, ongoing for sure. Okay, next up, this is the craziest one that I think I read as well. Another crazy one. Nearly $14 billion was spent on campaigns this year during a pandemic and a financial crisis. And that's absolutely insane that we spent nearly $14 billion on campaigns, and that's presidential and congressional, and that's absolutely bonkers that we spent that much money in our country just to let
we have it to spare.
Doesn't make sense. Next up, really interesting, out of the blue, did not think this ever was going to happen, but if you got $125,000, I got something that I'd like to tell you about. You can now go and see the Titanic. Yes, the big ship that crashed into the iceberg, that is in the bottom of the ocean. For $125,000, you can go see it for yourself. Isn't that kind of cool?
That's crazy. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Scary.
That's isn't it like supposed to be like super deep underwater?
Yeah, it's at the bottom of the ocean. I would be
bottom of the ocean.
Pretty
right?
intense to do.
I don't know about that. Next up, crazy, right? Crazy. Next up, we have the FBI reporting that hackers stole the source code from the U.S. government agencies and private companies. Now, the source code is basically all of your algorithm and all of the stuff that is connecting, whether it is your business or your agency. Like if you have an intelligence agency, it's probably running everything. So hackers hacked the government and private companies. The FBI wanted us to know that, which seems so like just thrown out there. Like, oh, by the way, here's a headline. This just happened to happen.
Yep.
I'm
Hackers.
just like, isn't this something that should probably be like talked about more?
Yeah, right.
But no. Next up, we have horrified by the deadly attacks. French Muslims have come out and protected the churchgoers in France. Very interesting scenario here. Just kind of, I included this one in this week because I thought it was interesting to follow up on what happened in France, and how we're seeing how there's always going to be both sides. People on both sides where it's just like they're kind of pretty extreme, but there's, I think, people who are always understanding, even though they have that belief. Like these Muslims were like, nah, look, we're Muslim, but like we're not trying to kill people, you know. And so that's interesting that they came out and did that and tried to protect those people. AOC says that Biden picking Rahm Emanuel for his cabinet is a decisive pick. Now, I do want to say this about Biden's cabinet, that his cabinet is going to show you what kind of president he's going to be. Right? If he's actually for the people or if he's just for the corporations and the special interests. So be paying attention to his cabinet picks, because that's going to tell you. And another thing, apparently he has already told the far left, quote unquote far left, that he's not going to include them in the stuff that he's doing. So Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, he's already told them, I don't think I'm going to have you in my cabinet, which is crazy to think about because a lot of the people who voted for Biden are like
wanted those people
left. Wanted Bernie, wanted Elizabeth involved at least, right? So it's kind of interesting that he already said, I'm cutting ties with you guys. Next up, we have one arrest leads to the discovery of a global online pedophile ring. This was crazy. This is another story that is gonna blow you away if you take the time to go and look into it. I don't really want to get into it too much because it's absolutely disgusting what these people are doing online. But just the fact that they got caught, it shows you that the justice system is necessary in this world, and there needs to be people who are there to enforce laws and to take criminals down. And this was in Australia. This wasn't even in the United States.
Oh, okay.
This was in Australia. So this was really interesting that happened over
Yeah.
there. Next up, we have the California governor, Newsom, is facing pressure to choose a Latino to replace Senator Harris in the Senate if she does become the VP. Interesting. I hope they get a Latino because that would be dope. I hope they get a Latino who's actually like worth some stuff, you know, like not just some guy who's just been in politics for a while. Just like I would hate that. I might run for Senate if it opens up. Like,
Okay.
Serious. Like,
Yeah.
straight up. And those are just some of the stories, you know, like those were just some of the headlines I saw throughout the week. We hope that this show, you know, our format, you know, that we're just giving you these headlines, giving you a little bit of the
Inside of what's going on in the week.
We hope it helps.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. We hope it helps. And if you enjoy it, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. We are here basically to deliver the news. So we hope you enjoy it. And now we have some headlines that we want to dive a little deeper into. If you want to go first, Ryder, go ahead.
Right, starting off, we have this huge Supreme story, which Supreme's getting bought out by a huge company, right? $2.1 billion. The owner of North Face, they own a lot of other companies like Timberland and Vans. Wow. And a huge thing, Supreme is a very exclusive brand. I know there's only a few stores. There's only 12 stores in the world, I think, that are out. And basically their plan is to widespread, spread out the distribution of Supreme and really increase the revenue. So this is pretty crazy considering Supreme is kind of an exclusive brand. That it's like a hype beast, as they call it, brand, right? Hype beast is where it's exclusive. I think it's going to be more mainstream, like Vans or like Timberland, where you see in the malls more and more. But the hype has really increased its revenue sales, its revenue and its cost.
Well, personally, I think with brands like Supreme, you're gonna always find people who are looking for exclusive and custom, and so I think that's one of the games that Supreme was playing well, so when it comes to being exclusive, you're always gonna get that from them. I think that's without a doubt what they were probably buying into. I just hope this guy doesn't just start putting the Supreme logo on anything.
On everything. Spread it wide. For sure.
Yeah, because then that would just ruin it. Next up, we have the story that we talked about in our intro. The Taiwan teen wakes up after a 62-day coma. And here's the crazy part. I'm going to tell you the words that woke him up, but I want to give you a little backstory first. He was in a scooter in a road accident. He's an 18-year-old male named Chiu.
Okay.
That's crazy. He had damage to multiple organs, right?
And a photo of him right here.
Is there?
Yeah, on the bottom of the article. Sorry.
Oh wow. Yeah, you're right. And they basically said that when he first showed up, they were like, "This guy is on a terminal 3 coma. Like, there's no way we're gonna be able to bring him back, right?" So on the 62nd day, the brother comes into the hospital, and he says, "Where is it at?" He says, he says, "Brother, I'm going to eat you your favorite chicken fillet." And the words chicken fillet got his heart racing. And suddenly he was back. Consciousness was just coming back. And all of a sudden he woke up.
Chris,
I'm like,
so random, but it works.
What? Chicken fillet. Chicken fillet. For any haters out there.
Oh my gosh.
Chicken fillet.
Chicken fillets is the way to go.
And wakes up lives. Like,
absolutely
crazy. Absolutely bonkers.
I love that one.
Next up, we have Virgin Hyperloop. Their first transport test, their passenger journey test, was successful in Nevada. Virgin has been working on the company Virgin. The Hyperloop that was designed by Elon Musk is being their trials are going well. And it's just a quick update letting you know that the test went well and that it's happening. Hyperloop eventually, I think, is going to become a nationwide thing. I have no idea. They're testing it in Nevada. I think they're trying to get the Los Angeles, Nevada connection.
Oh, okay. Cool.
They're trying to get us from Los Angeles to Las Vegas in 30 minutes or less, I think.
That's insane. The device, the carrier, how it looks, so futuristic. It's crazy how this stuff is becoming reality, but absolutely nuts.
The future is wrapping around us before our very eyes.
Absolutely.
And the last article that you have here for us, what is it?
We have, this is an interesting one. I thought it was pretty kind of funny, low-key funny. We have Kanye West bails on his Jimmy Kimmel live performance. And this was after election night. So my reasoning probably is because Jimmy Kimmel said a joke. Well, at least what the article says. That Kimmel was like, we potentially will have our next president coming on. And then he said, oh no, moments later, he canceled. So Kanye might have been watching backstage and seen that and kind of gotten offended. I mean, who wouldn't, right? If you know you're not going to win and someone says that. So knowing how Kanye West has been, I feel like, you know, he's very, very famous. He could do whatever he wants. Leaving the show like that is like, I'm out. That's embarrassing almost. So very interesting.
Personally,
Kanye.
I think he should have just gone out there and been like, you know what? I lost, but I'm coming back.
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
This isn't the end. This isn't the end. And you know what? I'm dropping music. Just be on the lookout for it and just
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Because that's what
just
he
a
does.
quick,
He just
plug.
always goes back to the music. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I think we're gonna be seeing a lot of Mr. West in the future.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
be on the lookout for him.
Mhm.
And that is the end of Pulling the Focus. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. It's different now. It's a lot
Always
faster,
changing, always evolving.
shorter, right? I love that.
Yeah.
I love that about us. What's popping is on Wednesdays. Pulling the Focus is going to be on Saturdays. Sometimes it might be on Sundays. It's going to be on the weekends.
Yeah.
Definitely probably Saturdays though. So we hope that you guys enjoyed it. Be on the lookout for the rest of the videos. Here is our weekly schedule. We have tons of content coming out every day on a different platform, whether it's Twitch or YouTube. Make sure to check it out.
Also, guys, if y'all want to stay active and connect with us, we also have a Discord where you can hop in there. We're trying to grow the community. You'll hear all our updates as well as on our Twitter. You see where we post when we post a new video, as well as when we go live on Twitch. So feel free to check out. All the links will be down in the description below. But that's it for me. Have a great one, guys, and cheers off to you.
Cheers to you guys. See you on the next one.
What's your favorite country songs? So we missed that.
Oh, here I'm typing it. I don't make sure I spell this guy's name right.
Let me find your playlist.
If I didn't,